A lot is happening in South Asia, clearly. It's no different in China, I must tell you. A lot of headlines coming out of China, some that Beijing is scrambling to hide. So allow me to run you through the day's top 3 developments in China. Number 1, China has sent the military to Shanghai. Number 2, there is a new virus in China. And 3, there will soon be a new leader in Hong Kong. We'll start with Shanghai. China has sent the military into the city. What for? To fight the Wuhan virus. Not making this up. Shanghai, as we have been telling you in our reports, is under lockdown. The Wuhan virus has overwhelmed China's financial capital. There are more than 8,500 asymptomatic cases and some 400 plus symptomatic cases. All 26 million residents of Shanghai are now being tested. They're expected to queue up at their housing compound, stand 2 meters apart from one another, stand in a line from the wee hours and wait till China's COVID task force swabs their throats. It's a desperate situation. At least 2,000 personnel from the PLA have marched into the city. What for? To fight the virus? Or to oversee the mayhem? Well, we don't know. 38,000 workers from Jiangsu, Zhejiang and Beijing have also been dispatched. Again, to do what? Perhaps oversee the test and quarantine. But quarantine where? Now that's a $1 million question. China had mandated hospital quarantine, but Shanghai's hospitals are already full. Authorities have had to turn gyms into quarantine centers. The city's new expo center has also been turned into an isolation facility. The situation is so desperate, those being sent to quarantine centers are complaining. There are too many people, they say, and too little cleaning. Videos have emerged on Chinese social media. Those quarantined say it is hard to get a meal or medicines in these facilities.
There are no showers here, and we're not allowed to receive any parcels from the outside world, so we cannot order any food or anything from home. There's no official information about any plans, any arrangements. We don't know when we're going to leave, and we also have no idea how many tests we need to leave this place. We also had no clue when we're going to have those tests. So, we don't know anything.
Another Shanghai resident told the media he was taken to the quarantine center where he tested negative, but he was forced to continue sharing a toilet with 2 positive patients. How is this isolation, he asked. Shanghai's residents and healthcare workers are frustrated alike. A leaked call recording has gone viral. A healthcare official can be heard complaining to her father about the quarantine and testing rules. She says the virus has become political. You know, the military cannot fight these situations. Only proper policies can. But force is all that China knows. The woman in the leaked audio is now being investigated. Videos of workers complaining or of the chaos at quarantine centers are all being scrubbed off social media. I wonder how the news of the new virus has managed to leak out. The new virus has been detected in Suzhou near Shanghai, and we will get you the details in a couple of minutes. For the moment, I'm going to take you to the final story from China. You might recognize this woman. She's Carrie Lam, the chief executive of Hong Kong. She made a big announcement this morning. Lam says she will not be seeking re-election.
I won't run in the 6th executive election. In other words, I will complete my 5-year term as the chief executive on June 30th this year and end my more than 40-year government service career.
Pretty clear message there. Carrie Lam is serving just her first term in office. Not seeking a second seems bizarre. So what explains her decision? Family considerations, she says. Carrie Lam assumed office in 2017. She promised to unite the city. But under her, Hong Kong's division only deepened further. Millions took to the streets in 2019. They protested against the government. They demanded democracy. There was violence. It made international headlines and painted Carrie Lam in a bad light. Lam was just 2 years into office. The worst was yet to come. In 2020, Beijing implemented the national security law. Carrie Lam became the face of Chinese atrocities on Hong Kongers. The West sanctioned her. Then came the Wuhan virus, and the rest, as they say, is history. One thing's for sure, Carrie Lam did not make a great leader. But who's at fault? And who is to blame for that? The question is up for debate. She once admitted to a business forum that in Hong Kong, political room for maneuvering is very, very, very limited. That's what she said, exact words, very, very, very limited. She said that a Hong Kong executive has to serve two masters, the people of Hong Kong and the bosses in Beijing. Experts say Carrie Lam's failure, is of her own making, at least in the case of the Wuhan virus. Hong Kong remained largely unaffected during the first and the Delta wave. It had 2 years to prepare pandemic policies. It had some of the world's toughest restrictions. Yet somehow Hong Kong managed to get swept away by Omicron. So 5 years into office, has Carrie Lam let Beijing down? Is that why she's being asked to step down? Elections in Hong Kong are due on the 8th of May. This man is reportedly China's candidate of choice. His name is John Lee. Lee has been a policeman all his life. Currently, he's serving as the Secretary for Security. Basically, he is second in command in Hong Kong. He played a key role in spearheading the Hong Kong extradition law, the one that triggered the mass protests in 2019. As China looks to closely police Hong Kong, John Lee is best equipped to be Beijing's new puppet in the city. We'll be tracking those elections for you closely here on the show. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.